tight at the top at the moment. There's 2 points between the top 5. When you have a little look at it, we can see the league table. And what I want to know from you guys is who's going to win this title race and how tight do you think it is?
Well, due to Manchester City dominating and just the way and the manner they done it last year, you would have to still put them favourites. But like everyone really, of course a lot of teams spent money, but you just wanted it to be closer because it was so big last year. You know, they were one of the best, of course point-wise, but even to watch, you know, to watch a team, I thought they were so impressive last season. And it was over. We knew it was over, not far off this time last year, especially when he went to Stamford Bridge and won. He made such a big statement there so early. Round about Christmas, the title was over. So, as a football fan, no one wants to see that again. So you're sort of egging on Liverpool, you're egging on Chelsea to run them closer. And I believe that will be the case this season. Manchester City won't be running away with it. But it's, even looking at Liverpool yesterday and watching the game closely, it was important for Liverpool to win because I don't see many teams getting points out of Man City, being able to take points from Man City. And on the evidence of watching them again at close hand, I still see that being the case. I don't see many teams. They were impressive yesterday, and I thought it was as cautious as I've seen Guardiola set up a team. He still tries to play his way, and it was a good point he made there. Really, they're just missing De Bruyne now. They put De Bruyne straight back in there. That little cutting edge, that little bit of creativity in the final third to give Aguero more, give Sterling, Sané, Mahrez, just to get him on the front foot even more and create more chances for them. He's just that link. So as soon as he comes back, I feel for a lot of the teams who are in and about him at this moment.
Let's have a little look at the league table then, because it shook up a bit yesterday because Chelsea, with that win at St Mary's, put them second and Liverpool down to third now. And Paul Merson, when you look at it, Craig said it there, we want an interesting league, don't we? We want an interesting campaign and we want it to be a little bit tight. How long do you think it's going to stay that tight for?
I still see Man City win it by double digits by the end, in my opinion. Because I'm with Craig on, I don't know how many teams are going to beat them. I don't know. They can make so many changes and they're still so strong. You know, you look at Liverpool and you think, right, if them front three don't play or two of them don't play out the three, they're going to struggle. And then you look at Man City and Sterling don't have to play, Sané don't have to play, Kevin De Bruyne's not playing, who's their best player. And they just get results. Like Liverpool have to play their best team against Brighton at home, and it's nervous right to the end, 1-0. They play Huddersfield at home, make about 6 changes and win 6. And I just don't think other teams can do that.
Yeah,
but they did score a lot of late goals last season.
Yeah.
And even though they got all them points, there was a lot of late goals. You turn them late goals around and you start picking points off them, but I just think they're just so good. They won't slip up against the poor teams.
Let's have a little look at what the bookies make of it, because they're in agreement with both of you that they think it's going to be Manchester City. But we can see who follows on from it. It is Liverpool, 2-1. You can see City, they're clear favourites. And then Chelsea, 8-1. And then Spurs above Arsenal. And Manchester United, 100-1. We're going to get into this in a little bit more detail shortly, but let's just focus on Manchester City, because we saw at the weekend that perhaps there is space for error at Manchester City. There are a little bit of weaknesses. Riyad Mahrez missed a penalty, and there was a little bit of a hoo-ha before the penalty took place, and it was Jesus wanted to take that penalty, Mahrez wanted to take it as well, and in the end, Pep Guardiola was the one that made the decision and said, no, Riyad Mahrez is going to take it. Little did he know, apparently, Riyad Mahrez actually doesn't have a very good record of late for penalties. He's missed 4 of the last 7. And Pep says, sorry about that. He said, that's my fault.
He's missed 4 of the last 7?
Yes.
And he still wanted the ball?
Yes.
Fair play to him. Fair play to him. Seriously, fair play. Because if that was me and I'd missed that many, I'd be doing my laces up. I'd be doing my laces up.
We don't see this often from someone like Pep Guardiola to come out and say sorry, that, yes, maybe you should have given it to Jesus. And actually, that in training, he says, Riyad Mahrez scores penalties all the time.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
we all do.
We've seen plenty of that,
yeah. We all do.
It is a little bit surprising with Pep as well, because the detail he goes into, that surprised me, even in the interview, that he didn't know. Because you could see he was caught off guard a little bit with it, and I would have been the same. If you did know, he wouldn't have been taking it.
Yeah.
And also, I like the fact that, you know, Aguero, you expect to take the penalties, but he wasn't on the pitch. But Jesus, then, who comes on, he's your forward. desperate for goals. You know, he's that type of player. So for me, he's the one who would naturally take it. I wouldn't have, even as a player, I don't believe I would have wanted Mahrez or anyone else. I would have, said, Jesus, it's your pen.
I don't like seeing that on a pitch when two people are wanting the penalty. I just don't like it, because straight away you're putting pressure on the one who's taking it anyway.
Yeah.
Because if he misses, it's like, well, he shouldn't have took it. So, yeah, I'm shocked that he's missed that many, though.
Riyad Mahrez, their new signing, it's not really the way to endear yourself to the fan base.
Yeah, but the other time, that's what he's probably trying to do. Yeah. Get a winning goal at Anfield, and so he's trying to do it. There's one thing in football: when you have a penalty, don't miss the target. Just do not miss the target. If the goalie makes a save, you hold your hands up. I mean,
how do you react as teammates when you go back into the changing room afterwards and you've missed and it's such a crucial game as well, especially, I mean, at this time of the season, it's still crucial. It's Liverpool, it's at Anfield, they haven't won there in however many years, and you've missed a penalty.
I've been interested. I've missed penalties. I've seen other players miss penalties. Never, ever, ever had anybody say anything to anybody when they miss a penalty. You don't mean to miss penalties. He didn't go, I'm going to put... he went up there and tried to take it, and he missed one of them things. One thing it tells you, he ain't taking any more.
And Jesus, how would he have reacted to that?
Well, I probably wouldn't have spoke to Maris for probably about 2 weeks. I left him. No, seriously, it's one of those...
Don't upset Mariah. I don't want you to get into another argument.
Knows
They've
exactly
spoken
what
since
I'm
last time they went together.
honest truth. No, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Jesus has every right to be disappointed. But look, at the end of he has a strong claim for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget, Jesus missed
Aguero's not there.
Do you think
he missed his last penalty as well.
Do you think it's not a good sign for Jesus, though, is it? If the manager's going, no, you're not taking it, Mahrez take it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But then once you've
if you're looking for confidence off your
once
manager,
you've signed someone as well for like 50-odd million, 60 million, like he did Mahrez, you want to try. I remember, even when I signed for Gordon Strachan, he was like, penalties, you're on pens. That's what I paid for. It was like he wanted me to get goals as well to justify the money he spent as well.
True.
So maybe that, but like Jesus did miss his last penalty against Swansea. Right, it was last season. Maybe he had that in mind because he would have been fully aware of that. But look, it's just one of those cases, and Aguero will be on him, and if he is off the pitch and Jesus comes on, I imagine he'll be on him then.
Let's talk about Liverpool, because I'm interested to find out who you think had the better result in that 0-0 draw. I mean, did it work out better for Liverpool in the long run, or did it work out better for City?
I think they've both got a case. They've both got a case of saying, right, we went to Liverpool, we played them away now, we didn't get beat. But on the other hand, you could say, right, Liverpool are not playing great at the moment. They look a little bit jaded. It looks like it's hard work, this pressing game at the moment, in my opinion. And they didn't lose. There's a case for both. I think if Man City would have won that game, I think it would have really dented Liverpool, really dented. But now they go away, Man City will be thinking in their head, we still can't beat Liverpool.